Hi guys, I'm ITOOH and this is my Homestyle. This space functions as my living and co-working office space. I actually treated this space like it was an entire painting. So I wanted things to look visually asymmetrical. I'm a very minimalist person, so if you see the stuff here are pretty much inspired by Japanese minimalism. Yun, yung maraming kahoy, ganyan. And before, I really liked to build a space that was just black and white, pero bigla na lang pumasok yung kahoy kasi I wanted a natural material that could contrast the sobrang rigidness ng pagka black and white niya. So, it ended up very like a modern Japanese. As you see, I like to put in a lot of plants because I grew up with a lot of plants. I used to live in Antipolo and stayed there for all of my childhood, and my mom's a horticulturist, so nakuha ko yun sa kanya. Most of the pieces here were actually either thrifted, like this coffee table, and some pieces like this, the book rack ko, I made myself. I DIY'd it. So, kasi wala naman nakukuhang ganito, di ba, that are very specific to the size of the walls. When I want a specific look for certain corners of the space, I just make it myself. One of the things I'm really proud of here is my window treatment. These are actually shades and they are actually mounted by magnets lang. So if you see, everything here, it's actually magnets. And you can either mount it higher or lower. So this was one of the first pieces I made in the space, two-layered bookshelf. It's made of mahogany, but normally kasi ang mahogany in the Philippines is red. So I had to bleach it first, and then to attain the certain color na gusto ko, kasi I wanted the very parang oak color. If you can see naman, marami siyang imperfections and no water damage siya kasi hindi pa ako magaling nun kasi nga it's the first piece. But eventually, I learned, and as you can see, I just kept on building stuff here around the space. One of my favorite thrifts actually is this rug. Kung kita nyo, it kind of imitates grass. This is one of the things I really like to show. This is a ZZ plant. That's black. It's called a Black Raven ZZ plant, or a welcome plant. These are one of the few plants that actually turn black. So naturally, with the theme of the space, with plants, tsaka black and white, this is one of the things I'm really happy about, to be putting this inside. It's always a nice addition to any corner. This piece, I got it actually some 6 to 8 years ago, I think. Around that time, here in Maginhawa. It's actually a reverse clock. It ticks also in reverse, so actually tama siya, pero mapapaisip ka lang ng onte when you're looking at it to tell the time. This is actually my favorite accent lighting dito, mood lighting dito sa space. It's actually a strip light behind a DIY na kahoy na cover. Na, ayun, it's supposed to create like a wall wash na pag gabi, it becomes like there's some sun leaking in. So, that makes it so warm and cozy. This is my main lighting fixture, no? I really wanted to have a main light that was very minimalist din and parang reflected the aesthetic of the entire space. So, if you can see, yung layout nga ng space, it's like a rectangle. It's like the centerpiece. Parang siyang sunroof. It tries to mimic a sunroof. So, parang it has this soft fabric inside. I really wanted this piece. It took quite some time for me to look for a piece like this. I got this from a company called Adaptive. They were the only ones who were providing these kinds of lights. This is the dining area. Almost every piece here is actually thrifted. And then these little shelves sa likod, I specifically made it to the dimensions ng window para sakto siya. As you can see, this is the centerpiece ng buong dining area. It's actually a Japanese racer bike. I built this from scratch because I really like to build bikes. I get the pieces individually from different places. Parang pag may magusto akong isang piece, I just get it with like the bike in mind. Continuing with the black and white theme, ayan, kita nyo naman, like, I like to collect or hoard mga ceramics and utensils, everything black and white. This is my semi-functional kitchen. I like to prepare the food here. I make rice here, do all the heating, everything, the preparation. These pieces were actually made by my tita, Lenel Abueva. So, and I like to collect from yung collections niya ng mga black and white plates. I actually made this hanging ladder. And if you see, actually, I made it to the specs ng pinto. Like, I made the height exactly to be the same. So this is the office space. This is my corner here. This is where I am most of the day. I am a brand consultant and designer and a graphic designer. And I do most of my work here. I have a couple of seats for when I have my colleagues over. This wood accent here at the back, I built it actually to hide all the wires for neater cable management. I intentionally left this wall blank kasi I really wanted this area, this corner, to be my parang personal home theater. So, and I project on this wall, kaya if you see the layout of the entire space, parang the sofa is actually facing this wall, so I can actually relax, even with friends, have movie nights. So, if I have a client over, I can actually just project yung presentation ko. So, multi-purpose siya actually. These are one of my favorite plants here. It's actually a balete na bonsai in a kokedama. So, kokedamas are, if you know, they're actually also a Japanese art of planting. So, you kind of put the plant in a ball of roots, tie the roots, and then pwede siya sa air, pwede siyang naka-submerge and all that. Uy! Hello! So this is another of my favorite pieces. It's actually an old Muji couch that I thrifted. And I had it recovered in black fabric, just the way I like it. So here it is. So yan, even yung mga wood accents niya, I kind of remade these kasi dati these were rubber and I bought some wooden cylinders and then I cut it and made it to form. This is my sleeping quarters. Actually ito, as you can see, medyo DIY lang din siya. This is actually a extending rod. And then this is actually muslin, yung what you use for photo shoots, kaya it's actually one piece. So ginawa ko lang siyang curtain. This specific piece, ito, I made this not too long ago. It's actually just an airbrush, and of course, it uses the colors black, white, and wood. Even the artworks in the space kasi gusto ko, parang they're really just color blocking. Parang they really just balance out the other colors in the different corners of the room. Thanks, E2, for stopping by, but I have some friends coming over, so you gotta go. Bye!